Five, four, three, two, one. Hi guys! Welcome to Mutiara's Corner. And here today we are with Bang Akbar and Bang Ikbar.
Hello.
Feel free to introduce yourself from your name, class, and biggest achievement.
So, hello guys, my name is Akbar Rosyadi. People usually call me Akbar, and I'm from grade 12. And my biggest achievement is being one of the national finalists in the National Science Olympiad held by the Ministry of Education of Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Habibi, also same with Akbar. I'm also the grade 12 of this cohort. So my biggest achievement is I am the honorable mention in the National Science Olympiad in Indonesia in the chemistry field.
Wow, so you guys have a very long list of achievements, I'm pretty sure. So how does it feel when you guys were called for being one of the people who made it to the nationals? I'm pretty sure with the tough rivalry and having to represent Riau, there's a lot of emotions that you guys have to go through.
So I think we should start with Akbar first.
Okay, sure.
Actually, the announcement of the provincial stage was, I think, during the weekends, around Saturday or Sunday. So we waited after the provincial stage of the National Science Olympiad. We waited for 1 month. Then after waiting for 1 month, the announcement was delayed. It's not following the schedule that have been set. So yeah, we were very sad because we already waited that long, 1 month. It got delayed. So the announcement was 1 week delayed. So we waited another week for the announcement. And I'm quite happy with the results during the provincial stage. So I'm quite confident actually to pass the provincial stage and being one of the national finalists in astronomy. And yeah, so I think it was around Sunday or Saturday that I went to Kerinci, and I went to Kerinci with my mom and my sister. And there I got an announcement from my friends that the announcement is already out. So yeah, I found out that I was in one of the national finalists. I got ranked 3 in the provincial stage, and I was very happy.
How was the announcement told? Because you weren't there when it happened.
It was actually TikTok live.
That's unique.
Because
Okay.
usually every year it's just through the website.
Yes.
So there's a website, and then it will be just a list of the national finalists from each of the province. So it was a very new idea for the Ministry of Education to say the national level finalists through TikTok.
How about you, Bang Ikbar? Did you go through all the TikTok live to see your name on the list?
So yeah, I think everyone would see that TikTok live, right? So we're stalking through the TikTok and we're waiting for it. And actually, for the TikTok live, the one that announced the announcement will read through each province. So it was not directly Riau province, but I think it was from the Java Island first, and then it went to the Riau province. So basically, on the announcement for the province stage, right? I didn't really think that I would get to the final of the end because my name on the list was actually a little at the second page, right? So for Akbar it was on the first page. So Akbar just get to directly know that his name is already there, right? So when the real list is being read, I was like, oh, there was no my name, right? But then I already told my mom, like, mom, I think I don't pass the get it. But just like a second later, I didn't even look at it anymore. But it was still playing. Yeah, it was playing, and they mentioned my name, and I was like very hyped, and I almost cried, and I told my mom like, Mom, I got it.
So yours is more of a surprise, right?
So actually, what's funny is the announcement is like there's 100 national level finalists for each of the subjects.
Oh, perfect.
And then there are 9 subjects, so they need to read all 900 names. So I also spent through the TikTok comments like yell, yell, yell.
Oh.
So it was really funny, but at the same time very annoying.
You're impatient. Would you rather look at your name on the website or like go through TikTok live? Which one's better?
For the hype, I think TikTok.
TikTok.
Even though it's annoying, but yeah, it's more fun.
Yeah.
The announcer told like yang ngecek provinsi yang lebih banyak itu nanti bakal dibacain gitu.
So it's actually like a TikTok shop live page.
Alright. With that being said, what is the process of reaching that point? Training, sama the journey, so you got into the nationals.
So for this specific competition, there's actually 3 stages of competition. So the first one is on the regional stage, then the province stage, and the national stage where of the hundreds of participants will compete to get the medals, right? So we have done it for 2 years, right? However, on our first year, we didn't get it to the national level. We were only get to the province level, but it was actually very good already for the province level. Why? Because whenever we have passed the regional level, right, the Riau government will invite us to follow a training. And it's like 3 effective days of training, and they will like fully fund us into this training. Like we get to stay on hotel it was on Hotel Merdeka, right? It was like fully funded, like, and we were also taught by professional teachers. The tutor was also a medalist from the OSN.
Oh, that's so cool.
And yeah, we have made a lot of friends there.
So how do you guys have struggles that you have to go through to reach the level of the nationals in OSN? And how did you overcome the struggles? Especially you have to balance school and OSN. How did you guys do it? Bang Akbar maybe?
So a little bit background. So actually, I also like Ikbar. I tried my first year in astronomy too, but I just passed the regional stage. But I luckily not passed to the national level finalist. So in my 10th grade, I failed in the provincial stage. So yeah, and then the second year, after I lost in the provincial stage, I studied directly for the preparation for the next year OSN. Yeah, so around 6 months, I studied first before the regional stage, because I then realized that OSN is a competition where many people want to be the medalist, so we need to spare our time, and then we need to be disciplined in trying ourselves to be one of the winners. So yeah, and then in my second year, then I luckily being chosen as one of the national level finalists. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, about the struggles, I think the struggles is more on how the OSN curriculum is very broad, and there are so many materials that we need to study in just a short period of time. So around 1 year, we need to study, maybe for me, it's about 9 chapters. So that's such a big struggle, but despite the struggle, I think studying and preparing ourselves for the competition is very fun. I developed many skills like time management skill, discipline skills, and yeah, that's the struggle. So, and then also of course we have homeworks to do, we have projects to do in school. So yeah.
I think astronomy is a newer subject. It's not really taught at school. So how did you jump into the astronomy subject like brand new without knowing the background of it?
During my 10th grade, there's a stage called OSS, so it's Olympiads and Sekolah. It's the very first stage of OSN, it's a stage where the teachers will filter who will join this competition. So actually, I followed the mathematics OSS, but then I didn't get elected by the teacher. So they gave me option to join astronomy or physics, but I think physics is too hard, so I took astronomy.
How about Ikbar? How do you face the struggles of class ed?
So I think like the main struggles, actually the struggles I didn't realize at first. So the struggles is that we didn't really get the time to study because for other schools like schools in Pekanbaru, for example, like Manhua and also Dharma Yuda, right? They actually get the time to study for a whole month or 2 months. 2 months probably. Like they could skip the classes and just study the whole day for the OSN. While me and Akbar, the time that we able to get this dispensated, right? It was just only for 2 weeks, I think.
Oh, so it's like a very far.
Yeah. So we needed to be more intensive for the study. Yeah.
Even like what he said, like Mandua, I think Man Satu, even Man Satu, they are allowed to go out from class 6 months before the first stage, which is the regional stage. So basically, they're just coming to school, then for a year or half a year, they're just studying the subject that they're taking.
That's how dedicated they are.
So do you feel kind of like
Do you feel like left out?
a little bit, like slow down?
Actually, I was thinking about it first, like that first, rather. But as I study, I think like I get more on the way. So like I think I can just reach on your level with my dedication also, right? So yeah, that's the thing. We need to commit into this.
It's dedication. So, what are the benefits of joining the competition? The OSN stage.
Alright, so as we already know, like this OSN is one of the most prestigious competition in Indonesia, right? So yeah, it is held directly by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology. So yeah, it's some kind of like official competition in Indonesia, not like the competitions in Instagram like most.
Oh, the ones like school
Yeah.
held by private company.
We call it as PO Menda.
Oh,
Because you have to pay for the medals. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So the benefit we can get is that if you get to pass the national level, just being the participant of the national level in your grade 10 on the first year, right? So there will be 2 chances, the first year and second year. So if you get to the national level on the first year, then you'll be nominated to apply for fully funded scholarships by the government. It's called BIM, Beasiswa Indonesia Maju. Although you actually still need to prepare for interviews and other kind of section also, but to be nominated for it is already very important.
Oh, so like once you reach nationals, you're just automatically already applied for BIM. Oh, okay, that's cool. Do you have any memorable moments joining the competitions? Any throughout the journey with teachers?
I think the most memorable one is in the training event. So for the regional stage, there were many students from our school that passed the regional level, right? So all of us, like me and my friends, we can go to Pekanbaru together and we play a lot there. We hang out of the hotels like at night, and it's a lot of fun. And also, we get to make friends with students from other schools, from schools that actually very popular, right? And it was actually really exciting, And actually, I was put in a room with someone in Mandua and Mayuda both.
Oh, okay. So the three of you.
Yeah, that's three of us. Like, so I can really feel the pressure there.
But you guys are still friends anyways, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any more to add to his words?
Maybe from the first year, because I just reached the provincial stage, it was, but even though it's not really that long the journey, but yes, it's still very fun. So in the regional stage, after we pass the regional stage, then we'll go to the province stage, right? So just like what Ikbar said, we will go to Plata. It's regional training. So there, all of the region, provincial participants will be gathered in a hotel, and then there 5 days we will study together, and then after we study, then at the night we will go out from the hotel and go to mall. So it's very fun. Yeah.
There were actually 600 participants gathered in one hotel.
Full of just competitors with each other.
Competitors.
Did it release tensions between you guys with the other competitors?
At first, like on the training, right? I always see the person from Mandua. So he's very smart, and every time the tutor was asking about something, he was able to answer all of the questions. And the thing that he answered, I don't really know what was it.
I see.
Yeah, it's called
The
the term
We
Ikbar.
usually call a person that is very smart in class Ikbar.
What is that?
Imbalance.
Okay.
So does that like motivate you to learn more? Okay. So that's positive thinking, optimistic.
What are your strategies?
To pass the stages.
So there's actually different strategies for every field. For example, in my fields, chemistry, there are even parts for theories and also questions, right? So yeah, we have to divide our time to read books and also do a lot of questions also. But there are also some people who don't really read books, but they just do the questions, and they learn through the questions. But I prefer more to read books. Why? Because by reading the books, it really opens my
Critical thinking.
the critical, and also my understanding for that subject more, because the books are made by people who were professionals on that field. So of course they will pour so much on that book, and every detail is explained there. So yeah, I think it's better to learn through books first and then do the questions later.
About Ikbar?
So before the first stage, the regional stage, about 3 months before, I actually started reading a book. So if you know, it's the book title is Diktat Hans. So it's a very amateur book, I think. So for starters, it is very good. So for the first 3 months, I just wrote make summary of my of the materials there. So after that, after summarizing the book, then I would start answering questions like there's a document, there's a G-Docs where there are past years questions. So I started from 2015 to 2021, the regional stage. So for 6 years, I did the questions first, and then after I pass, then I will. During the regional stage, if you are preparing yourself for the regional stage, then you should do the regional and provincial stage. So you are preparing yourself one step ahead. Then if you pass the regional stage, then to prepare yourself for the provincial stage, then you should national stage.
So you're just one step ahead.
Yeah, so I got these tips from one of the medalists. So I find that very helping. So it forces you to be one step ahead from your competitors. And after summarizing the book, doing questions, and one of the best strategies is to study with your friends. So in the national level, I made a study group with my friends from Jawa Tengah, Banten, and Jawa Timur. So we usually make a Discord call like once a week or twice a week, and then yeah, just discussing questions and then tell each other's new insights.
Community is very good.
Yeah.
First thing. Okay, last question. Do you have any advice to the people out there who'd like to follow your footsteps to join KSN?
So my advice is that I suggest you to really seek your talent, what you really, like want to study deeper. For example, I really want to seek for more knowledge on chemistry, and once you have said that, you have to dedicate yourself onto that and commit yourself onto that. For example, you join competitions and for example, like I read books that covers all the topics in chemistry, and I think that's suggestion for me.
For advice, I think if you were wanting to achieve something, then you should know what are the benefits first. So to be motivated, you first need to find out what are the benefits that you can gain from joining OSM. So that's the first one. You should know the benefits. You can get a full scholarship abroad from you, and then you can socialize with many friends around the region, and then finding just new friends, and then practicing your skills, your soft skills. So that are the benefits, and then after knowing the benefits that you are being motivated, then you should be consistent in studying. You should make yourself what are the chapters that you want to study in a month, and then the most important thing is to be consistent for being OSM. So it's not about how long you study, but make the best out of the duration of your study. Even though it's 2 hours, you can still absorb many things.
Exactly. So wait, since I'm pretty sure you mentioned teachers, since you are in the
Do you have messages to the teachers that has taught you?
So I would thank Miss Anissa for guiding me onto the national level also, right? And have motivated me and told me about the international scholarship from the government. That actually what motivated me so high. And also thank you to Miss Rosa that has been teaching me chemistry since I was in grade 9. And I just love chemistry because of her.
So Mrs. Wan, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for always supporting me to participate in this OSN. And thank you for all the materials that you have given. So I'm very motivated in joining OSN. And thank you for Miss Lee Swang in the school, of course, because they very supported us too in participating in OSN. So it's very helpful. They gave us many pelatihan online. So we are very happy with that. And one more is thank you Kak Beta. He is my tutor since the national level. So he is the gold medalist in the international astronomy and astrophysics competition. So thank you to all of you.
Okay everyone, that is all for this podcast. We thank you Bang Akbar and Bang Ikbar for joining us on having this wonderful conversation.
So with that being said, stay tuned for the next episode of Mutiara Corner.